Hi, and welcome to a collective message. So I'm going to just do this a little differently than I normally do. So I'm just going to pick out an oracle card and go off of the message from that and see what Spirit wants to bring through. So one of the things that's already coming through, however, is about expectations. And so it almost feels like this week there may be some expectations that may be coming from, there's expectations from outside, but then also your inner world too, is what I'm getting. Okay, that's quite a bit. Okay, so I just picked out one that fell on the floor. So it says, as I learn to love myself, I become powerful. And then it also says, so we have this. And it says, I do not need to wait until I become perfect before I love myself. Loving myself is the quickest way to create a wonderful life. Okay, so this really reminds me of a little bit of personal, I would want to say. And this really do hit home as far as when it comes to love and loving yourself, your inner self. I think when we combine the expectation message that I had earlier and in regards to this oracle card of learning to love yourself, and then you become powerful, and then you don't need to become perfect. Instead, you can love yourself, and that would be the quickest way to a wonderful life, which is, it really makes sense, because if you do have an expectation of how things should be or how things should look like, you really are setting the bar high. You are also not living in the present moment. You are actually looking more towards the future, which is fine, as you can prepare, right? But you would prepare more in the present moment for the future, because you would know the decisions that you make. It also, sometimes I'm picking up, can set yourself for failure because of that expectation that you have. So I feel like in that case, we should talk about unconditional love. And I'm picking up more of unconditional love for yourself, because that would reflect on the outside, or it would actually be mirrored in your relationships. And when you have unconditional love for yourself, meaning you love everything that you can offer, or you love everything that I'm picking up like your body can offer, because your physical body is where you are living in. You do everything with your physical body. And sometimes we have that insecurity in regards to how we look, and it really takes a toll on confidence. But when we have that unconditional love that for ourselves, that hey, we are determined into being healthy and taking care of ourselves and our bodies, our physical bodies, so that we can make decisions and healthy choices, then we allow ourselves to feel good and increase our confidence. Sometimes it's not just the physical part, but then it's also giving ourselves some grace in regards to our experiences, or maybe not the experiences that we have been going through. And what I mean by that is sometimes you miss out and in certain experiences. And what I mean when it comes to that is sometimes you put too much effort in just one thing and don't have any balance in regards to your life that you're living. So it's understanding, giving yourself grace, that mental, emotional grace, that it's not too late. Start loving yourself now, mentally, physically, and feel good about yourself and feel confident about yourself. And that energy will pull and gravitate towards the right people. And they will feel that and they would appreciate that. That's what I'm picking up on. And it really wouldn't matter what other people think or what they think. It really matters on what you think. I understand how hard that can be. But when you have so much confidence in yourself, you basically know your worth. So let's see. I picked up self-acceptance. So it's accepting yourself, right? For where you are currently in your journey. And I'm hearing like self-help journey. So accepting where you are in your journey, it's giving yourself grace in that journey that you are currently on. It's also understanding that it will change all the time. And as it changes, you change too. And so sometimes your values will also change. I'm also just really random, like I'm picking up on like someone's mom. And so maybe an expectation of someone's mom really pulls, I'm getting like some trauma. So I feel like someone here has a mom that pulls it, her opinions or anything like that pulls a lot of weight. And part of that is their trauma or the trauma that you are going through. Okay. So, it says be more selfish. It's the number 13. If you want to go into numerology, 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. That talks about, it reminds me of the 4 of Wands, which would be stability, housing. So being stable within yourself, so being more selfish. So you might be someone who just gives, and you feel exhausted. And sometimes it's good to be selfish because you know your worth. And sometimes it's just nice to know and say, hey, I want this for myself. And be okay with that. So, okay, I'm going to pick up one more card. And I'm just going to end that message right there because it's getting a little too long. And I'm just going to pick up the one that came, human and divine. So that's interesting because it says human and divine, 56. So the number 56 would equal to 11. And if you think on numerology 1 1, or if you've seen numbers 111, then that would mean manifestation. So you're trying to manifest. I'm picking up, you're trying to manifest your love life, trying to manifest love. And then you're also trying to center yourself too. And you see how this person has eyes and everything. So I'm seeing that you're just trying to figure out and see through all the bullshit. Excuse my language. And you're really like trying to connect with the divine too, to kind of help you with that in some way. There is some self-doubt though. That's what I'm picking up. Like there is some self-doubt in regards to that. And then I'm just gonna pick up one more card in regards to this. I'm just gonna go all our oracle cards. I'm not gonna pick up. I'm not gonna do any tarot. Maybe I'll do one tarot, but okay, so it says, I freely express who I am, which is perfect. And then it also says, it is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. So there isn't any cookie cutter ways to express yourself. You can just express yourself the way you feel comfortable. There's no perfect way to go about it. As long as you get the message through, right? Sometimes when I do my readings, it's like, did I do that right? Sometimes I feel like when I channel the information, it makes sense to me as it comes in, but then when I try to explain it, I kind of jump from side to side, or how things come out, or how I articulate the message may be quite different. So I'm working on that, but I still will honor this myself too. And for the collective, it's fine the way you express yourself, and everyone's unique and different. And if everyone just had empathy and had an understanding of how other people express themselves and have the patience to have a neutral perspective of that, why not? Right? Okay, I'm just gonna pick up one more card from that tarot deck. Just one more. Spirit, for the highest good, what ending message have for the collective? I see it. I love that. Crown chakra. So I absolutely love this because, and it's a number 7 too. Didn't we have a number 7 here? All right. So if you've been seeing 7s, or if you're life path 7, that could be confirmation for you. But the crown chakra is talking about getting the messages. It's a clear cognizance, and you're getting the messages through your mind. It's just like, how do you know this information. It's like I just know it's just being given to me. And Spirit is using myself as a channel to be able to bring forth the messages that other people need to hear. And so this can be for the collective too, as far as like, hey, there is something that you do know, and you just can't quite pick up on it or quite understand it. It's just that you know. And then there's also something that you're trying to confirm is what I'm getting. For someone out there, I guess, like, you don't have to worry about jealousy, because that's also kind of picking up too. Like, someone might be jealous of another person's success or another person's personality. I'm not quite understanding that, but don't put too much energy into that, because I'm hearing like it's not for you. Anyway, I'll end it right there. Don't forget to do the YouTube things. Hit like, subscribe. I know I haven't done readings in a while, and I kind of just got the message that, hey, I should. And my son's actually picked out the decks for me to use and was like, hey, go do your readings. And I'm like, all right, I will. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you for another reading. Bye.